Today, our topic is how to apply Stoic principles to modern life. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy, but its lessons are timeless and can help us live better lives even today. The Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control, accepting what we cannot, and finding peace in the present moment. These ideas might sound simple, but they can be powerful tools for dealing with the challenges of modern life. Let's explore how we can use Stoic principles to improve our lives, stay calm under pressure, and find meaning in a busy, often chaotic world. First, let's talk about the most important Stoic idea, focusing on what we can control. The Stoics taught that many things in life are outside our control, like the weather, other people's opinions, or unexpected events. But what we can control is how we respond to these things. For example, if you're stuck in traffic, you can't control the traffic itself, but you can control how you react. You can choose to get angry and frustrated, or you can take a deep breath, accept the situation, and use the time to listen to music or think about your day. This principle is especially useful in modern life, where we often feel overwhelmed by things we can't change, like work deadlines, family problems, or global events. By focusing on what we can control, our actions, our thoughts, and our attitudes, we can reduce stress and feel more empowered. Another Stoic principle is the idea of accepting what we cannot change. This doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means recognizing that some things are simply beyond our power. For example, if you lose your job, you can't change the fact that it happened, but you can focus on what you can do next, like updating your resume, learning new skills, or networking with others. Accepting reality as it is helps us avoid wasting energy on things we can't control, so we can focus on finding solutions instead. In modern life, this principle can help us deal with setbacks, failures, and disappointments. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? Or, how can I move forward? This mindset helps us stay resilient and adaptable, even in tough times. The Stoics also believed in the importance of living in the present moment. In today's world, we're often distracted by technology, social media, and constant busyness. We worry about the future or regret the past, and we forget to appreciate the here and now. But the Stoics remind us that the present moment is all we truly have. For example, instead of scrolling through your phone during dinner, try to really focus on the food, the company, and the experience of eating. This simple act of mindfulness can help you feel more grounded and connected to life. Living in the present also means not taking things for granted. The Stoics practiced something called negative visualization, where they imagined losing the things they valued, like their health, their relationships, or their possessions. This exercise wasn't meant to make them sad, but to help them appreciate what they had and not take it for granted. In modern life, we can use this principle to cultivate gratitude and find joy in the small, everyday moments. Another important Stoic idea is the importance of virtually living with honesty, courage, wisdom, and kindness. Stoics believed that true happiness comes from being a good person, not from wealth, fame, or material possessions. In modern life, this principle can remind us to focus on what really matters. For example, instead of chasing after social media likes or buying things to impress others, we can focus on being kind, helping others, and living with integrity. This doesn't mean we have to give up all our goals or ambitions, but it means we should pursue them in a way that aligns with our values. The Stoics also believed in treating others with respect and compassion, even when they don't deserve it. This can be challenging, especially in a world where people are often rude or selfish, but it's a powerful way to create positive change. By being kind and understanding, we can inspire others to do the same. Stoicism also teaches us to embrace challenges and see them as opportunities for growth. The Stoics believed that difficulties are not just obstacles, but chances to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. For example, if you're facing a tough situation at work, You can choose to see it as a chance to improve your skills, build your confidence, or learn something new. This mindset shift can help you stay motivated and focused even when things are hard. In modern life, this principle can help us deal with stress, failure, and uncertainty. Instead of fearing challenges, we can welcome them as part of the journey and use them to become better versions of ourselves. Another Stoic principle is the idea of self-discipline. The Stoics believed that we should focus on our own actions and not be controlled by our emotions or desires. For example, if you're trying to eat healthier, you might feel tempted to eat junk food, but self-discipline means choosing what's best for you in the long run. In modern life, self-discipline can help us stay focused on our goals, avoid distractions, and make better decisions. It's not always easy, but it's worth it. The Stoics also believed in practicing moderation, not overindulging in food, drink, or material things. This principle can help us avoid stress, stay healthy, and find balance in our lives. Finally, the Stoics remind us to keep things in perspective. In modern life, we often get caught up in small problems and forget the bigger picture. For example, if you're upset because someone cut you off in traffic, you can remind yourself that it's just a small moment in your life and not worth ruining your day over. The Stoics also believed in thinking about the vastness of the universe and the shortness of life. This might sound depressing, but it's actually a way to appreciate the time we have and focus on what really matters. When we remember how small our problems are in the grand scheme of things, it's easier to let go of anger, worry, and stress. So, how can we apply these Stoic principles to modern life? First, focus on what you can control: your actions, your thoughts, and your attitudes. Second, accept what you cannot change and find ways to move forward. Third, live in the present moment and appreciate what you have. Fourth, prioritize virtue and kindness over material success. Fifth, embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Sixth, practice self-discipline and moderation. And finally, keep things in perspective and remember the bigger picture. These principles might seem simple, but they can have a profound impact on how we live our lives. By applying Stoic wisdom, we can find peace, resilience, and meaning in a busy, often chaotic world. The Stoics remind us that life is not about avoiding problems, but about facing them with courage, wisdom, and grace. And that's a lesson we can all benefit from, no matter what challenges we face.